not even to sound like a hater, all of that, but you have spent a lot of time wishing, hoping, praying for that decent, beautiful, perfect relationship that will lead to marriage, and for some reason that is yet to materialize. And it's not to say that there's anything bad about wishing and hoping and praying, but perhaps it is time for you to direct your energy and your time and your resources into other endeavors that are within your control. Welcome to my channel again. My name is Anita, your girl talk bestie, and today let's get into it. Now, if you are a young woman in your late 20s, you are knocking on the door of 30, or even in your 30s, I have one piece of advice for you. Actually, I have several pieces of advice for you, but let's take it one at a time. What do you do when you find yourself in a not so very great place in life? You are approaching 30, or you are already in your 30s, and nothing seems to be working for you in your life. I mean, you're not married, your job is not very stable, your income isn't very stable. If you have all of these things on log, I am really thrilled for you, but the truth is that not all of us do. The average Nigerian woman expects to be married between the ages of 23 and 25, and it happens most of the time, but it does not happen for everybody. And then when you are between the ages of 25 to 30, there's the expectation that you have some form of stability in your career, your job, whatever it is you're doing. However, that is also not the case for all of us. Now, what do you do when you find yourself in a place where you are at an age, you are in an age bracket where that is loaded with a lot of expectations, and somehow you find yourself not exactly matching up to these societal expectations? I understand that because of social media, we are so used to seeing people who seem to have it all together, who seem to have figured out their lives and everything is just good and smooth and perfect. And then we tend to judge ourselves when we do not have that kind of put togetherness and feel less about ourselves. But listen, I have a theory, and the theory is that nobody knows 100% what they are doing in their lives. Let me not say nobody. Some people do know what they are doing. I mean, Elon Musk has to know what he's doing. I mean, people like Oprah seems to know what she's doing, But what I'm trying to say is that for ordinary people like you and I don't think everybody has figured out 100% what they're doing. Like, everybody's literally just winging it. However, it does help to have some things together, like frameworks, some guiding principles for how you're going to do life, so that even if you do not exactly know what you're doing, you do have like a guide towards that, like your destination, all of that. For example, it does help to know that these are the things within my control and these are the things outside of my control. And you'll get more out of life by focusing on the things that are actually within your control. Now, things like when you fall in love, when you get married, who you're married to, these things are outside of your control. But the quality of life that you live, how much money you make, and the amount of joy that you get out of life, these are things that are totally within your control, and these are the things that we're going to be focusing and talking about in this video. When you get to a certain age or a certain stage in life, there are some expectations that society places on you. And although we preach doing things for yourselves, because God knows we do not do what will people say here, but the truth is that because society has some certain rules or some certain expectations of everyone at every given stage in life, you too begin to have those expectations of your own self. Like, by the time I'm this age or that age, I should have done this, done that already, achieved this, achieved that already. Society is very cruel to women. Society has some kind of expectations for women when they enter a certain stage. I mean, you've heard the jokes before. They tell you that you don't have husband. When you get into an argument with a man, tells you, go and be your husband. Two of the things that society is most likely to judge you and shame you for as a woman who is heading into her 30s or already in her 30s is one, marriage, and two, your money. Now, we already established that marriage, when you marry or who you marry, is totally out of your control. Like, it's not something that you can just sit down and summon. However, you can take your money and your quality of life very seriously, and those are the two things that we're going to be focusing on. Now let me ask you, how financially comfortable are you? It's a very valid question, because to be a rich auntie, you're gonna need rich auntie funds. Like it or not, by the time you hit 30, you are already an African auntie. Now it's totally up to you what kind of auntie you want to be. Are you going to be a rich auntie, or are you going to be a broke and useless auntie? You know, a bad character auntie that when they describe it, like that's one get bad character and you don't say. Now that is the kind of African auntie that you don't want to become. And let me just say, it is perfectly okay to not have your life and your finances figured out. But what is not okay is for you to continue like this, because now you're 30 plus, sweethearts. There's a lot more at stake. You know that thing that they say, relax in your 20s, and yes, relax, but not so much. They tell you to relax in your 20s because 30s is serious business. Now, how much money you make, how much money you have saved, and how much money you accumulate in your 30s is something that is entirely within your control. If you are in a financially bad place, like you do not have that aspect of your life figured out, you can totally turn it around. Money is not in one place. I'm sure you would have noticed that all of the rich people that you know, they all do not do one thing. Some of them are doing this, some of them are doing that. So it's left for you to find something that fits you, something that is totally for you. Now let me explain your fit. I used to work in clearing and forwarding. Yeah, that's surprising. My boss was a clearing and forwarding giant, like very rich and successful man. Now what he did was, after making so much money from clearing and forwarding, he took some of that money and decided to invest in hotel business. Long and short of the story, in fact, long story short, he lost around 700 million naira that year. What happened? It's not that he was a bad businessman, it's that that business was not his fit. In order to make money, you need to find your fit. The people that you see being successful doing this business or that business or that business, because that business is their fit. Like, it's fit for them, it's perfect for them. They have found their thing. What you need to do is to find your thing. Somebody like me, I started working at 23 years old. Some people start working earlier, some people start working later. Say you start working at 20, it means that by the time you hit 30, you would have already been working for 10 whole years. Now, if you have been working for 10 whole years and you are still not rich and successful, I'm not the judge of anything, but it is very possible that you have not found your fit. So what you're going to do is keep looking to find that one thing that fits you and that you are absolutely good at. You don't just say, oh, everything is bad. Now, when people complain that their business or their job is not doing well, there's one question that I usually ask them: are there people in the same line of work, in the same business, that are successful and making it? And the answer is always yes, which means that there's nothing wrong with the line of work. There's nothing wrong with the business. The thing that is wrong is you. Either the people that are successful know something that you don't, or you're just not very fit. You're going to get more out of life and out of your work when you are playing to your strengths. Not every field is going to be your strength. Your focus will be to find what works to your strengths. After you have found your fit, like the thing that is fit for you, that is perfect for you, the thing that you are good at, the thing that is playing to your strengths, what you are going to do next is focus. Stay there, focus, and do the work. A lot of people find it hard to be consistent with one thing or settle down in order to be successful at one thing because they are spread too thin. Only you want to do everything. Try hard as you might, you can never do everything. Only you are selling this one, only you are selling that one, only you are doing this one, only you are working there. Sometimes when I talk to people and they tell, I have 5 businesses, I have 10 businesses, and you are saying that with your shoulder pad. Oh shit, jack of all trades, master of none. The truth is that you're going to get more out of your work when you settle down and put in all of your energy and your resources towards one particular endeavor. You get more out of that one endeavor than spreading yourself. The two things, you are here, you are there, you are doing the where are you gonna find the time to be successful? Focus, babe, focus. Say you're already working, you're already engaged in this business and that business and this hustle and that business. How are you investing and saving your money? Because it's absolutely very, very important. There's actually a research on it that shows that 90% of women spend all of their income on their families. Now that could be your immediate nuclear family that you make with your husband, and everything, or the family that you come from, for unmarried women like us, because we are naturally nurturing and caring by nature. So we take all of our life's work, all of our life's earnings, and spend it on taking care of our family. You want to make sure your dad is okay, you want to make sure your mom is okay, you want to make sure your mom is doing a business, your siblings' school fees are paid, you're sending them to this school and that school, you're trying to establish this person, establish that person, and you're doing all of these things, taking care of everybody and forgetting to actually take care of your future. Do not make that mistake. Actually, a lot of women make that mistake, especially African women, that we treat marriage as our destination, like our retirement plan. As after all, I'm a woman. Like, you treat your future as a woman very casually, like, oh, I'm going to get married and then everything else is going to be my husband's responsibility. And do not make that mistake. So as you're working, make sure you're saving and investing towards your own future. I mean, as an African rich auntie, you got to have properties. I don't know about you, but me, hey, whenever I hear people discussing about wealthy women, like that woman, she has this estate, she has the thing used to do me giz in my body, because that's actually my dream. That's who I want to become. Now, the truth is, the amount of money that you have or have accumulated is going to be directly proportional to the quality of life that you live as a woman, especially as a single woman. Imagine that you're a single woman that does not have her shit together, that you can hardly even provide for yourselves, drive a good car, take spontaneous trips. Like, my dear, that's a recipe for disrespect. And as far as I'm concerned, there is no disaster in life that is worse than disrespect. So you have to package yourself well, like save, invest, have so much money that you can afford to, like, oh, mom, you are in Paris, you are So yeah, in order to live a good quality of life, like, even self, they will see it in the kind of car you drive, in the kind of home you live, in the comfort that you enjoy. That you have to be so comfortable that you are not so pressed about a man coming into your life to rescue you. Or you see, when you have money, oh God, the kind of respect that you are going to command, like nobody is even going to say that one. All they are seeing is your money, your material possession, like, it's blinding them. And that is what I want for you and for myself. So as you're working, making your money, I hope you do not give all of it away to your family. I hope that you are able to keep some of it for yourself and use it to elevate your quality of life. So make as much money as you can. Buy property, buy whatever you want, because girl, your 30s are supposed to be for enjoyment, for luxury, and not for worrying about, oh, I've not done this already, oh, I've not checked this box, oh, I'm not married, oh, I'm not, oh my God, I'm so Get your money up, get your respect up, and get your glam on. Stay open to love, but do not make it your only goal, so much so that you become desperate, unhappy, and miserable despite all of your other achievements in life. Believe me, I have seen women who are so successful and rich, but they've carried the marriage issue so much on their heads that they are just, to the extent that they will go and end up with one idiot, hoping that he's going to rescue them from shame of singlehood. Being single is not a disease. Like, nobody have ever died of being single. Like, there is more to life than marriage. I know that there are a lot of beautiful, very successful women all over the world that are unmarried for life by choice, and they are still living very fantastic, beautiful life. This is telling that there is more to life than marriage. So do not allow the subject of being married or not being married weigh so much on you that it prevents you from living a fantastic life or from enjoying the success that you have created for yourself. The second thing that you should be investing in as a woman who is in your 30s or approaching your 30s is in building a legacy. Get involved in causes that matter. The truth is that all of us are going to die. Everybody dies, but legacies live forever. And most of the time when people think about legacy, they think, oh, children, carrying on family name and dynasties. No, get involved in causes that matter. Lend your voice, your funds, your support to causes that matter. It doesn't have to be the same cause. Some people are passionate about gender empowerment and all of that. Some people are passionate about climate change, keeping the world safe from harm and pollution, and all of that. Just find a cause that you really like, that you would like to support for life. Get involved in mentoring programs, mentor other people, other young women, different causes, whatever it is. Invest in building a legacy for yourself. And the beautiful thing about it is that you do not have to be married or unmarried or just need to do that. You can start whenever, but just make sure that by the time you're getting to a certain point in your life, you're involved in one cause or the other that you will look back on and be really pleased and proud that, yes, I am happy to have contributed to this cause or that cause in this capacity and that capacity. And lastly, develop a supportive network of friends. I can't even overemphasize it, guys. A solid friendship group is one of the most valuable things in life. You will never regret investing in good friendships with your women. Every woman needs her sisters. Like, it's something that I wish for everybody, and it is absolutely worth investing in. And also, it is 100% within your control, the kind of people that you choose to surround yourself with. See, when it comes to friendships, sit down and pick them carefully like beans. It's totally within your control to pick and decide who you want in your circle. And when you get it right, I promise you, when you get it right, it's going to be one of the most beautiful things that will ever happen in your life. Forget those people that say, oh, women are women's enemies, women are jealous of each other. Like, I feel pity for every woman who views female friendships from that perspective. So you go forth and be 30 and fabulous with your fine ass self, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more girl talk. My name is Anita and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.